It feels like we're on TV. But okay, but why I came to Japan?
Yeah, why?
Okay. But like it's been so long, I've been in Japan now for like, I came in 2004 for the first time, like study abroad, so 20 years ago.
Okay.
So I mean, you want to know the reasons for way back then? That was just because like in high school, it's the normal story of like I played Japanese video games and watched anime, so I wanted to come to Japan. Like that's the most common story, right? Of everybody that comes to Japan.
It was just travel or like a high school exchange.
It was college exchange for 1 month. So I came to Seika for 1 month in 2004. And then I came back in 2010 and then met Kazuya and stuff.
Back to Kyoto,
Kyoto Seika.
2010,
Yeah.
and you met with Kazuya.
Yeah. Then I came back to Kyoto Seika in 2018 for the third time and then went to grad school and PhD. And that's what I'm still doing now. So I just keep coming back to Seika. Yeah, it's every 7 years I come back to Seika again. It's like a curse. Huh? Yeah, I lived in Germany in between and stuff. So.
Okay. So what mainly do in Seika or generally in Kyoto?
What do I do?
Yeah. Right now or in 2010? So you did not
In 2010? In 2010, what do you like my day-to-day life?
Yeah. Or how do you get money?
How do I get money? Oh yeah, translation.
Okay.
But okay, actually 2010 was before I did translation. So actually 2007 until 2010, I was teaching English. And then I saved like hyakuman en. So then I went to Seika for 1 year without working. I was just a student. But I worked at Kyoto Manga Museum as baito. And then I ran out of money and then I went back to the US. And then I started doing translation. Then I came back in 2018 doing translation. Now I'm doing translation and being a student.
That's good. It's my second question.
Okay.
From your experience, do you feel non-Japanese people, if they want to live in Japan or Kyoto, they need to speak Japanese or they need to understand?
If they want to live here, I mean, yeah, for sure. It's way too hard if you can't speak Japanese. But like, there's lots of exchange students at Seika. For 1 semester, of course, it's fine if you're at a school. But if you want to live here, I would never recommend living in Japan and not speaking Japanese. That's way too hard and stressful. Yeah. I mean, some people do it, but I definitely would recommend learning Japanese. Yeah.
If your current Japanese level is, I don't know, level 10, maximum level 10, and what is your current Japanese level, and also what was the level in 2010?
So 10 is like totally perfect,
Totally
or
perfect.
10 is the best for me? Like,
I don't know, 10 is totally perfect.
okay. And in 2010, I was actually the best, I think, because I just spoke Japanese all the time. Now I just speak English to like other exchange students. And like, actually, I don't have any Japanese friends, just Kazuya. So normally I'm speaking English. And no, with hanging out with him is the only time I speak Japanese. All other friends in Kyoto, I just speak English. So like, I usually don't even practice Japanese that much. Obviously, like at the grocery store or whatever. But in 2010, I was just speaking Japanese all the time. So that was the best for me. If 10 is perfect, I don't know. In 2010, I was not 10. I don't know. Like for normal, like 8 for hanging out and talking. But it's still like lots of things I couldn't understand if it's really complicated. But now is like honestly just 6 or 7 or something. It depends on the day. Sometimes it's like 5 or 4 if I'm tired and just speaking English. Yeah.
そういうもんかも。
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, but if you had a chance to visit by college exchange, something. But what do you think if people come to Kyoto, Japan, travel or just fun? Do you think non-Japanese people have a chance to meet the local people?
In Kyoto?
Yeah, yeah.
No, there's no way. I can't even meet local people because everyone is like, it's hard to meet anybody. I can only meet people through Seika, basically. Yeah.
いや、面白い。
Yeah.
Kazuya, any question?
Yeah, you're the interview guide.
日本語で言えばいいけど。
インタビューそう京都別にどんなことを聞いてもいいやったら京都好きだけどなんかちょっとここら辺気になるんだよなみたいなところってなんかこう住んでってあるなんかここ気になるなんかもうちょっとなんか
知りたい。
みたいな日常に生きていてなんだろうスーパーここが嫌だなとかちょっとここ気になるなとか自分に合っていないところとか
京都の生活でもうちょっと知りたいこととか、文句を持ってる。
そう。
あ、文句を持ってる。
暑いとか
京都？暑い文句？
何でもいい。
何でもいい。
暑いとか
あ、天気が？
とか、みんな英語喋れないとか、
まあ英語喋れないことは慣れてるけど。
あんまりでも思ってなさそう。あんまり思ってなさそうかもしれないけど。
いや、文句はいっぱいあるけど。
ある。
京都の？
まあ
京都はちょっと静か。ちょっと静かすぎる。
静かすぎる。
まあいい意味で静かだけど、ちょっと長くいるとちょっとなんか新しいことがないみたいな。ちょっと狭い感じ。なんか大阪に行くと、なんか大きい都市だなとか。Oh wait, now we're speaking in Japanese. Forgot. What language should we talk in?
No, it's okay.
But yeah, like I never feel, or it's harder to get like a new, like some stimulation. Sometimes I need stimulation of like a big city and events and new people. It's kind of just like the same places and stuff, I guess. But I guess if you live anywhere, it feels like that. It's just because I've been in Kyoto for like 2018, 2023, that's like 5 years and 1 year, so it's like 6 years, 6 or 7 years, so.
Do you have any idea similar city to Kyoto in other continent?
Yeah, that's a good question. Similar to Kyoto, it's pretty unique. So like a medium-sized city that's really relaxed and beautiful and traditional and lots of cultural stuff and art stuff. Like honestly, I guess in Europe there's a lot of these like old traditional cities that aren't really that big and they're kind of conservative and beautiful. Like I don't really know, but like Vienna. Vienna's kind of beautiful and old and conservative and has old buildings, but I don't know how similar it really is to Kyoto. But there's a lot of these cities that are not very big, but they're kind of famous and they have a lot of museums and cultural stuff. I don't know where else, but
How about Florence?
yeah, maybe like that. I haven't been there, but it sounds similar, yeah. But actually, like, in a sense, Berlin is really similar, even though Berlin is like the opposite of Kyoto, but it's like, like, how do I put it? Like, there's not any really huge buildings. Everywhere you go, it feels kind of medium-sized, like Kyoto. And there's a river in the middle of the city, and everyone just hangs out at the river. And there's a lot of art schools, there's a lot of young people, there's a lot of tourists and international people. And it's, I mean, I don't know if it's like it makes sense to call it like a famous cultural center, but I mean, it's the capital of Germany and there's a lot of cultural stuff. So it's actually kind of like Kyoto in a sense, even though it's also the opposite. It's like opposite of Kyoto. because it's like dirty and harsh and nasty, but relaxed. And there's a lot of art schools and young people and a river and stuff like that. So it's like anti-Kyoto, or like the mirror version of Kyoto. But I think that's what I like, a medium-sized city that's relaxed and has art and creative people, international people. That's why I like Kyoto, and that's why I like Berlin, I guess. So I love cities like that. So I'm also wondering, where else can I find cities like this? I don't know, do you have other cities like Kyoto and like Berlin? Or what do you think is similar to Kyoto?
Second.
Do you have some other cities that you think are like Kyoto?
Probably Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona.
I would say,
Okay.
or Florence.
Okay.
Or I don't know in US.
I don't think there's anything like it in the US.
Yeah, Berlin is one of the international cities.
Yeah, it's so international.
Europe.
Yeah.
But somehow Kyoto is also international. But
Yeah.
reality is
Not international.
super-
It's totally separate. There's a lot of international people here, but you never meet the local people, and you're like living in a separate bubble. But in Berlin, it's more mixed together. That's the good thing.
Okay. What do you think from your perspective? How Kyoto is international?
How is it more?
Yeah. How what make Kyoto more international?
Like, how could it be more?
Yeah. Oh, mixing.
How to
people
mix? I think it's probably impossible to a degree, because it's like the local culture and people, if they don't want to mix, then you can't do anything to make them. Besides, like, if more people from outside Kyoto move to Kyoto and then change the local vibe. I mean, more young people, more international people, more people speaking English, that's the key to making things international everywhere. Like, old people just kind of like, they're never going to change. So we need young people that speaks English. Wait, why'd you point to it? Yeah,
Step by step.
step by step.
ちょっと待って。